Michael says, "Heaven has called your name." Not quietly, not in passing, but with intention, with love, with purpose. Jesus himself spoke your name in the courts of heaven, and when your name is spoken above, it is never by accident, it is always by design. Michael whispers, "This moment is sacred, because your life has been seen, your prayers have been heard, and your heart has been recognized in the presence of eternity. You may feel overlooked on earth, but in heaven, your name is written, your story is remembered, your destiny is sealed." This message comes with urgency, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. For there are moments in life where a divine shift takes place, moments that cannot be delayed, moments that are invitations from heaven itself. This is one of those moments. The fact that you are hearing this now is proof that heaven has aligned this encounter with perfect timing. Michael says, "You are not forgotten, and you are not abandoned." Jesus spoke your name because you are chosen, you are loved, and you are being prepared for what lies ahead. Every hardship you faced, every tear you carried, every prayer you whispered in silence, they have all reached the heart of heaven. And heaven's response is clear: you are called, you are remembered, you are marked for blessing. The question now is simple: will you listen? Will you open your heart to receive what is being poured out in this very moment? For heaven does not waste words, and when your name is spoken above, it means something is shifting below. Michael declares, "Stand ready, for your name has echoed in the highest places, and what follows will be a season unlike any you have ever known. Prepare yourself, beloved soul, for heaven has remembered you." Michael says, when Jesus speaks a name in heaven, it is never casual. It is not a whisper lost in the air, it is a declaration that echoes across eternity. Your name was spoken because heaven's attention is fixed on you. The moment it was uttered, angels paused, scrolls were opened, and the divine record of your life was reviewed in light of heaven's perfect will. Michael whispers, Jesus spoke your name because he has seen your journey, the battles you fought silently, the nights you cried when no one knew, the weight you carried when others turned away. He has seen every wound, every disappointment, every unanswered prayer, and still he calls your name not with judgment, but with love, not with anger, but with compassion. In that sacred moment, decisions were made in your favor. Where there was delay, movement was ordered. Where there was confusion, clarity was released. Where doors were closed, keys were given into angelic hands to open them. Jesus spoke your name and heaven responded with action, aligning what has been scattered, restoring what has been broken, preparing what has been promised. Michael says, the counsel of heaven does not gather in vain. When your name was spoken, destinies were shifted, paths were cleared, blessings were unlocked. There is now a momentum in your life that will not be stopped by human hands. What was once impossible has been rewritten as inevitable, because the word spoken above cannot be silenced below. And so, beloved soul, know this: Jesus did not just call your name, he marked it. He placed honor where there was shame. He placed promise where there was pain. He placed favor where there was failure. From this moment forward, your story is not ordinary, it is divine testimony, unfolding step by step under heaven's careful guidance. Michael declares, rejoice, for your name has been spoken in the highest places, and what heaven has set in motion cannot be undone. The shift has already begun, and soon your eyes will see what your heart has long hoped for. Michael says, when your name was spoken, the heavens did not stay silent. The sound of your name became a signal, and the angels around the throne turned their gaze toward you. For in heaven, names carry power, and when yours was called, a ripple of light moved through the courts above. Michael whispers, the angels rejoiced, because they know what it means when a name is spoken by Jesus himself. It is a seal of remembrance, a declaration that the time has come for promises to awaken, for blessings to be released, for chains to be broken. The heavenly host does not hear such a call lightly, they respond with readiness, with urgency, with joy. Scrolls were opened. Records were reviewed. Assignments were given. Angels were dispatched, carrying blessings in their wings, preparing answers to prayers you thought were long forgotten. Some carried keys to doors you could not open. Some carried healing for wounds that lingered. Some carried opportunities that had been waiting for divine timing. All of them moved with speed, because when heaven speaks, delay is no longer allowed. Michael says, your name released movement in the unseen realm. Where there was resistance, breakthroughs were commanded. Where there was lack, provision was assigned. Where there was confusion, clarity was delivered. Where there was isolation, connections and divine alignments were released. And not only blessings for now, but blessings for the journey ahead. The angels were not only sent to respond to your present needs, but to prepare the path before you, to place protection where danger might rise, to set light where shadows may try to hide, to ensure that every step forward is guided by heaven's hand. Michael declares, when Jesus spoke your name, heaven released blessings you cannot yet count, angels you cannot yet see, and victories you cannot yet imagine. But soon, what has already begun in the unseen will appear in your life, and you will know that you were never forgotten, never abandoned, always chosen. Michael says, blessings released from heaven are never small, and they are never random. They touch every area of your life, because heaven does not bless you halfway, it blesses you completely, deeply, fully. When your name was spoken, blessings began to flow into the very places you once thought were forgotten. In your relationships, Michael whispers, love will be restored where distance was created, peace will return where conflict has lived, and divine connections will form where loneliness has remained. People who once misunderstood you will begin to see your heart clearly. Those who were not meant to stay will gently fade, and those who carry true purpose in your life will draw closer. You will not walk alone, because heaven is weaving hearts and paths together for your good. In your health, Michael says, strength will return to places of weakness, healing will flow into places of pain, and energy will rise where fatigue has lived too long. What once felt like limitation will transform into renewal. Heaven's light will move not only through your spirit, but also through your body, restoring balance, restoring vitality, restoring the temple that carries your soul. In your finances, Michael declares, opportunity will open, provision will flow, and lack will no longer define you. Resources that once seemed blocked will begin to move freely. Delays will end, unexpected channels of support will appear, and what was once a struggle will become steady flow. Heaven has assigned angels of provision to ensure that your needs are met, not just for survival, but for overflow, so you can give, build, and bless others. In your purpose, Michael whispers, clarity will replace confusion, direction will replace hesitation, and passion will replace weariness. What once felt like wandering will now feel like walking a clear, divine path. Your gifts will rise, your voice will carry impact, your steps will leave a mark. Purpose will not be something you chase, it will be something you live, naturally, daily, joyfully. And so, beloved soul, Michael declares, the blessings are not just answers to old prayers, they are foundations for a new life. A life where love is restored, health is renewed, provision is steady, and purpose is alive. This is the fullness of heaven's response when your name is spoken above. Michael says, blessings are not just gifts, they are transformations. When heaven releases favor into your life, it does more than change your circumstances, it reshapes who you are, it awakens the truth of your identity, it aligns you with the divine calling that has always been written for you. Michael whispers, you are no longer who you once thought you were. The old labels that came from failure, rejection, or pain, they do not belong to you anymore. You are not defined by the battles you lost, but by the faith that carried you forward. You are not defined by the wounds you carry, but by the strength that rose within you because of them. Heaven calls you chosen. Heaven calls you loved. Heaven calls you victorious. This new identity is not fragile, it is eternal. It does not depend on the approval of others, nor does it shift when storms arrive. It is anchored in the fact that Jesus himself spoke your name. Michael says, when the Son of Heaven calls you, your worth is sealed, your purpose is undeniable, and your destiny is unstoppable. With this identity comes calling. A calling that is higher than survival, greater than comfort, deeper than success. This calling is about impact. It is about living in such a way that your light touches others, your words heal wounds, your presence carries peace, and your story inspires hope. You are called not only to rise, but to lift. Not only to be blessed, but to become a blessing. Michael says, your calling is not small, it is divine. It is written in eternity, prepared before you were born, protected through every storm you endured, and now it is awakening in fullness. No betrayal can erase it, no delay can cancel it, no shadow can stop it. Your calling is unshakable because it was not given by men, it was placed on you by heaven. So rise now in your new identity, beloved soul. Embrace your calling with courage. Walk boldly, knowing that you are not ordinary, not forgotten, not left behind. You are chosen, sealed, and sent. Michael declares, the time has come for you to live as who you truly are, light in darkness, strength in weakness, hope in despair. This is your identity, this is your calling, and it will not be moved. Michael says, your new identity was never meant to stop with you, it was always meant to flow through you. Heaven does not raise you only for your own survival, it raises you to carry something greater, something eternal, something that will outlive your days on this earth. That is why this moment matters. Your divine calling is now unfolding into a higher purpose. Michael whispers, your higher purpose is the bridge between who you were and the legacy you will leave. It is not about chasing recognition, nor about striving for approval, it is about living in alignment with heaven's design for your life. Every step you take now carries weight. Every word you speak carries light. Every act of love and faith plants a seed that will bear fruit long after you are gone. This higher purpose is not limited to one role or one assignment, it is the fragrance of your life. When people meet you, they will feel peace because you carry heaven's presence. When they hear you, they will find encouragement because your voice carries truth. When they walk beside you, they will be lifted because your steps create paths where others once saw no way. Michael says, legacy is not about monuments built by hands, it is about hearts transformed by your light. Your legacy will not be measured by what you accumulate, but by what you release. Not by what you owned, but by what you gave. Not by how high you rose, but by how many you lifted. The blessings you receive are not only for you, they are seeds meant to flow into generations, creating a testimony that will echo long after your story on earth is complete. And so, beloved soul, embrace this truth, you are now living not only for today, but for eternity. Your identity is sealed, your calling is awakened, your purpose is alive, and your legacy is being written with every choice you make. Heaven watches not with judgment, but with joy, because every step you take in alignment with your purpose shines light into the world. Michael declares, walk with courage, chosen one. Live with intention. Love with compassion. Give with open hands. For your higher purpose is unfolding, and your eternal legacy has already begun. Michael says, what heaven has begun in you will not end with you. The story being written through your life is bigger than your present season, it will echo beyond your years, ripple beyond your reach, and shine into places you may never step in yourself. This is the power of eternal testimony. Michael whispers, your legacy is not just memory, it is inspiration, it is guidance, it is proof that light always conquers shadows. People who hear your story will see themselves in it. They will find hope in your survival, courage in your resilience, faith in your persistence. Every struggle you endured, every tear you carried, every prayer you whispered, these have become building blocks of a testimony that will strengthen countless souls. When they say, you rose, they will believe they too can rise. When they say, you endured, they will believe endurance is possible. When they see that blessings followed your faith, they will believe that blessings will follow theirs too. Your testimony will not be a single moment, it will be a continuous stream of light that awakens faith in others. Michael says, eternal testimony is heaven's way of multiplying your impact. What you overcame is not only your victory, it becomes victory for others who will walk the same paths. What you received is not only your blessing, it becomes a model for others who are still waiting for theirs. What you lived is not only your story, it becomes a chapter in the larger story of divine faithfulness across generations. And so, beloved soul, your life has now shifted from being about me to being about we. You are part of a tapestry that stretches across time, weaving strength into hearts you may never meet. Every seed of faith you planted, every light you carried, every choice to keep walking with heaven, it has made you a living testimony. Michael declares, your legacy will speak when your voice grows silent. Your light will shine when your steps have moved on. And your testimony will inspire countless souls, because it was never built on earthly strength, but on heaven's eternal promise. Michael says, every testimony born from your journey is not forgotten in heaven. The battles you faced, the faith you held, the sacrifices you made, the moments when you could have surrendered but instead chose to stand, all of these have been written into heaven's book of remembrance. And now, from that record, a crown is being prepared for you. Michael whispers, this crown is not made of earthly gold, nor of fragile jewels. It is woven from every act of faith, every moment of perseverance, every silent prayer you thought was unheard. It carries the brilliance of divine love, the weight of eternal honor, the shine of unshakable victory. This crown cannot fade, cannot break, cannot be stolen, it is eternal. And with the crown comes peace. Not the fragile peace of the world that crumbles when storms rise, but the unshakable peace of heaven that surrounds you in every season. Michael says, this peace is deeper than understanding, wider than fear, stronger than chaos. It is the stillness that calms storms, the light that ends shadows, the embrace that holds you when nothing else can. This is the reward of your journey, not only a crown of honor, but the gift of peace that cannot be taken away. You will walk with calm even when others panic. You will rest with trust even when the world trembles. You will shine with assurance even when shadows gather, because heaven's peace is not fragile, it is forever. Michael declares, this is the fulfillment of heaven's promise to you. Your eternal testimony has now become your crown, and your crown has now become your peace. You are honored, you are lifted, you are secured. Walk now in dignity, beloved soul, for you carry both the crown of reward and the embrace of everlasting peace. Michael says, the crown you now carry is more than honor, it is inheritance. And the peace that surrounds you is more than comfort, it is protection. When heaven rewards you, it does not give you something that ends, it gives you something eternal, something that flows into every part of your existence. Michael whispers, this crown marks you as an heir of heaven's abundance. It is not just a symbol, it is a seal. It declares that what belongs to heaven's kingdom is now flowing into your life, favor, provision, strength, wisdom, and protection. You are no longer reaching for scraps, you are walking in inheritance. Every promise spoken over you, every blessing stored for you, every gift prepared for you is now being released, because your name has been spoken and sealed above. And this peace is not fragile, it is a shield. Michael says, it covers you when fear tries to rise, it surrounds you when chaos tries to enter, it guards your heart when storms rage around you. This peace is not passive, it is active, it fights for you, it silences what threatens you, it lifts you above the noise of the world. With inheritance comes responsibility, and with protection comes destiny. You are not given these gifts to hide, you are given them to walk boldly. To build what others thought impossible. To shine where others saw only darkness. To step into places where your light will carry transformation. Michael declares, your crown has marked you, your peace has shielded you, and now your inheritance is unfolding. Walk forward with courage, beloved soul. For no shadow can steal what heaven has sealed, and no weapon can break what heaven has already built around you.